Namaste, beautiful people. When I talk about the
Arunachala
return to music and sharing the yoga of sound at the present time, I'm really talking about the creative process,
Shiva
which for me has become very different from traveling to perform. I've let go of traveling
Arunachala
to
Shiva
perform entirely, even traveling to teach entirely.
Arunachala Shiva Arunachala Shiva Arunachala Shiva Arunachala.
What I'm really engaged in, apart from teaching full time, the way I want to return to music and music creation, especially in context of the yoga of sound, which is somewhat different from just being a musician. That's the direction I'm wanting to go.
Om Sahana Vavatu Sahanau Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karavai.
So here I am in my home studio, but it's not just a home studio. I also have my altar right here. While I use this studio mostly to prepare lessons to teach, I want to start using it for music production. And this is a very involved process. People often think that with music production, you just sort of play a guitar and sing and record it and share it, which is one way of doing it. Usually, there's a lot of practice and then you perform, whether it's on a recording or live. And so you really get it right, you get it good, make it sound really good, and then you go to a recording studio and you record it. That's one way of creating or a piece of music that can last the test of time, basically. The other is crafting it like a work of art where you start with a blank canvas and you slowly start to paint. And that's the process I want to share in terms of the return to music um, with others. As I sit here, this is a space that's really more of a post-production space workstation with audio and video. However, I have my, I would call it recording space that I'm resurrecting. It's been a long time since I've worked with that equipment that I used to use a long time ago. And so this is one of the things I would share with you that I have these acoustic instruments and a kind of acoustic digital studio that I'm resurrecting in order to create music, which is a very involved process. And that's the process I want to share with you and show you how it's integrated, meaning all these different components, because there's also a spiritual component that has to be a part of it. Otherwise, I would just be, trying to make music to impress people or trying to perform to impress people. And that's what I want to change. I don't want to do that. I want to create something beautiful and spiritual, but that takes a lot of work and a lot of time. And what I want to do is invite people into that process, into that creative process to be able to offer their feedback and be part of the creative process. Okay. Yeah, give you an example here. with what I'm doing.
Is is Ishwara Tumaho Ishwara Tumaho Ishwara Tumaho Ishwara Tumaho Mukti Prada
So what I'm doing is I'm taking you behind the scenes and I'm taking you behind what could be projected as a kind of glamour to the music making process, which it is not. There is a grunt work aspect to it, which a lot of people do not see. And so even with many of the albums that I created in the 2000s that were widely distributed around the world, I actually created those albums in my closet in Oakland, California, with my neighbor Nettie Sloan off to the side, this wonderful Jewish lady who didn't mind at all, or the Zuckermans who lived above us and who also didn't mind. So, always there is support from people. What I want to share with you is that it's not easy to create music. You hear the final product and it sounds so wonderful, but what did it take to produce that? I want to get you involved in that process so you see all of it if you want, or quite a bit of it, where you experience the cathartic aspects of the process, the blocks, the crafting, the pitching off, the different types of melodies, many of which fall flat, some of which are good. You record something and it sounds nice when you're doing it. It sounds wonderful, actually. But when you play it back again, it doesn't, and you find discrepancies because a recording is something like a work of art that is looked at many times or listened to many times. So a work of art is looked at many, many times. So in some ways, it has to be flawless. It can have flaws, but the flaws need to be knit into a sense of beauty, a bit like a piece of Japanese pottery, which is broken and then, healed nicely. So what you see and what I want to invite you is this process in which you can experience the healing that is also part of the beauty, meaning the pain that is also part of this process that is often hidden. People do not realize what actually goes into creating a piece of music, the number of hours that actually go into it, the amount of frustration that goes into it, the number of misses, the 99 misses that went off to the side, and the constant decision making that's involved in the process. People don't realize that. They just listen to a piece of music and think, oh, wow, this is so great. I love this piece of music. Make another piece of music, Russell, or make another piece of music, whoever it is who's your favorite artist. And I think what is important for people to realize is when you are experiencing a piece of art, whatever kind of art it is, there's just so much that goes into that process. It doesn't happen at the flourish of a hand or at the wave of a wand and it appears. That process, that process is what I mean when I say I want to return to music and I want to have people involved in that process to actually be part of it, to be part of the decision making that goes in, and to be a witness to the process that makes a piece of music worthwhile.